let's go. I mean, Trigger Happy, they are on fire here. Game 1, Game 2. Let's see if they can wrap it up towards the midsection of the night, as we still got 2 games coming in hot tonight. This is the 3rd game, so let's see what they have in their bag of tricks.
Yep. Third game of the evening, and our plane is coming out, taking a different angle than we have seen so far this evening. Going to be coming out of the northwestern corner of the map, taking that good angle, however, that we have seen for the most part down to the southeastern edge. Fairly steep, though, actually. The plane path actually adjusted to be fairly steep, so it's going to be cutting off a lot of these areas towards the northeast. I don't think we're going to see a lot of congestion in that area, Dave, but we do see a lot of players already hopping out. It looks like Optic is going to opt for that North Georgia Pole area again, but they will have some company.
Yeah, they definitely will, at least on this current flight pattern here. As I mean, they're spread far apart to be able to loot here, but it's going to be interesting to see actually who wants to contest who, as Void is actually getting shot right now by Headshore. So, I mean, Headshore is shooting a guy. Chef Boy still in his parachute. He was able to land here, but it's going to be interesting to see if Optic does go in and decide to be extremely aggressive here on Void.
Yeah, Headshore finding that quick AK-47, taking some shots onto the Void squad that landed just a little bit to their southeast. We're going to have also Teamer Ready, who landed in the crates in South Georgia Pole area in a 2-2 split. Going to be fairly safe currently, but yeah, I think the story of this area is certainly whether or not Optic is going to run smack dab into Void, as they are now aware of their presence. But looking around the map, Dave, we see that a few teams have opted to pretty much go towards their normal spots. We see Microfry shooting out at Fuzzy Potato, rather, who is transitioning with the rest of his team to the north into that Yasnaya Polyana area.
Boys.
But look at this circle, guys. Coming out already is a military circle. Pretty much most of this circle, Dave, is going to opt for that southern region on the map, and hardly any of our teams are actually in this area. We have one squad only who opted for the military island, going to be in Novo themselves. That is going to be the team of Check 6 with one squad right up here. And one thing to note about Trigger Happy up here in Milta is they have engaged their sub. Terran Tragedy is now subbed in onto this team, and she will be fragging out with the other guys on that team. So, excited to see what she is able to do now that their team so far has placed second and first. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, Dave.
I mean, about time. Check 6, their preferred landing area paying off, right? It only takes 3 games for a circle to land on you. So they're going to be able to loot all of Nova to their heart's content, and possibly even get the first pickings for the military base, as they know for a fact nobody lands here. Nobody's been landing here all night long. But let's see here. We got Snorlax doing some BMX tricks over here in the hills, able to land it, taking some damage, actually crashing into the wall. I was about to give the guy a compliment, but not after that crash. But let's see if we can actually make up for it. Maybe do a backflip for your boy here. Not exactly sure if he's got the brass for that, but he's just scouting out the area, looking for a safe spot to call home. But yeah, we first mentioned the Georgia Pool area. I mean, the 3 squads up there, they're gonna have to push, and they're gonna be pushing through one another here, so it's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, certainly going to be dangerous, as we see Trigger Happy pretty much Milta all to themselves. They're going to be looting this up. They're fairly spread out, so the loot density is going to be great in terms of what one player is going to be able to find. Very efficient looting coming out of this squad. But yeah, Dave, I mean, still looking at this area, Optic is effectively going to have to push either into Void to the southeast of them in this North Georgia Pole area, or they're going to have to push into Team Ready to get out of here. They're going to have to make this rotation out eventually, and a lot of teams are on our northwestern side, Dave, which means that this northwestern edge of the circle is just going to be chaotic as these teams start to finish their rotations.
I mean, we never see it in the pro level play, at least not a lot of time. But if I was up there in the north, if I was Optic, if I was Team Ready, any of those squads, I would go for get a gas can, get on a boat, and just start traveling your way down here and kind of dock on that southern edge of the military base island. But we don't normally see that. That's a Mustache Dave track coming in here hot. Right now, Snorlax, our guy from the motorcycle, actually able to I don't know if he crashed or if he just parked it like that. He's actually able to take some shots here with the SKS, not exactly landing any of them. But yeah, this guy, Snorlax, putting in some work out here. Right now, we're spectating Sweaty Nerds. I mean, we're starting to see these teams transition into the actual zone here and opting into the military base island in particular.
Yeah, certainly an early rotation coming out of there to try to stake claim to some sort of a compound or possibly looting position, as the blue zone has not come out yet. Still a minute and 30 seconds left in this first circle before that blue starts encroaching on all of the players currently outside of the zone. So, you know, a fairly calm loot phase, Dave. We haven't seen a lot of engagements other than maybe a few warning shots really coming out. But Snorlax actually going to be holding on this bridge and ends up spotting Fury right here, trying to cross the bridge as well. Takes some shots, not able to connect. His teammates are very far away from him, but he does have that SKS. Just unfortunately not able to put out any sort of damage.
Hey, I'm still gonna be. Look at this guy. He's just shooting every single buddy that's passing by. Definitely trying to scare them out of their pajamas here tonight. I mean, much respect to Snorlax. Honestly, his current position for his squad when they do regroup is a pretty decent one because, yeah, the first circle mostly favors the island down there to the south, but you just never know where the next one's gonna go. I mean, it could favor the mainland, so I like his spot.
Yeah, certainly. And I think possibly the fear from the first game, a lot of these squads that committed super hard to, I think what most people would agree was the more favorable part of the map, ended up getting pushed down. So, you know, I think maybe some squads are going to play a little bit safer in terms of which side they decide to commit to. But guys over here, Set to Destroy, had been raining shots previously down onto Punage of the Slime Squad, able to connect a lot, brought him down to about 10% HP, but he did get away. Unfortunately, though, Set to Destroy was able to get up behind him again and get the down and the kill. So that's going to be Slime Squad now operating without Punage, going to be in a 3 teammate up position now, as we see more teams now starting to transition over to this military island. We've got Trigger Happy transitioning out of that Melta area onto this eastern bridge on the map, able to get there fairly safely. No real contest in terms of their ability to get over there, but the blue zone is now encroaching, Dave, so a lot of these teams now are going to be pressed to get into this next zone.
Yeah, and actually seeing Elusive Gaming, they actually took a boat down there to the southern half of the map. So that's something that I definitely approve of, as they have quite the buffer to their name right now, and they're going to be fairly safe for the time being. So 15 teams alive in total. We have maybe 7 of them still outside of this first circle. I mean, it's a slow one, right? It's not fully there yet. It's not even close. So Rush all the way out there still in Sovereignty. Optic just kind of take time. I mean, we know Optic, they know how to med up, so they're not worried about it. But yeah, it's still, regardless, this area, there's still 3 squads, and all 3 of them are just looting the George area. So it's gonna be interesting to see when they actually do opt into leaving there. But once again, Trigger Happy going for that 2-2 split. And let's see if these 2 compounds are going to be favored time and time again as the last game.
Yeah, it looks like Tild from the Sweaty Nerds has spotted out the squad over here. MJ and the rest of Check 6 taking up these buildings. It looks like they've been spotted out, so he's going to be taking some shots the 4 times on the M416, trying to connect.
Yeah, is he going to get any lean peaks coming out here tonight here? Not exactly landing any of them, but regardless, Sweaty Nerds with their fairly solid position, because not only are they pretty much center strat, if any of these squads do decide to swim, that beach area that they're overlooking is just optimal for just laying down fire on everybody that did have to position to kind of swim. I like their compound a lot, so I'm rooting for them. But in the meantime, Team Ray taking some shots here. Wow, this is what we were talking about earlier. This transition coming out here in Georgia Pool. Optic already losing 2 members. That does not feel good.
Yeah, Dave, you know, I brought it up earlier in the game. Optic had a tough spot. I mean, given this circle, they either had to rotate south or they had to rotate into the east, and either direction was going to force them into one of these squads. That was either going to be Team Ready or Void right here. They ended up sending 2 out. That's going to be 17, and I believe that was, who? 17 and... Who
What
was?
actually blocked it? Who? Baja Waka, right?
No. Baja Waka
Petror.
is still up. Yeah. That was going to be Hetror, in 17, who were on the bike, ended up splitting, going down towards the South Georgia Pool area, and were caught out immediately by 6mo and the rest of Team Ready, who took them out, and they had no cover behind them, no way to get help from their teammates.
Loot him.
Yeah.
No BM coming out here. Now, are they going to take this bike or are they going to both on the buggy? But regardless, I don't know. Hypoc, though, they're actually kind of, I know that's probably the fastest way to get into the zone, but they're actually going to drive right past them just ever so slightly here. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do get into an engagement here. But look at one of the members from Team Ready overlooking Void. He's actually taking shots at Void. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Is he going to land in these? I mean, this is interesting. He had the option to transition into the zone, but instead he chose to sit here, and now he's actually getting shot by 3 members of Void. He has to be regretting this, as he was finally taken out there, and I do not predict his squad going to be able to get him.
Yeah, that was tough for him. He was trying to get some information, but ended up being split. So, sort of the story of the night. I mean, these teams that are splitting are sort of running into some tricky situations. I mean, I think the team that we saw execute any sort of split earlier in the evening was probably trigger happy in the previous game with their 2-2 split in those final circles.
And they're doing it again. Doing it again.
Yeah,
so.
doing it again. So yeah, you can see trigger happy is a little bit split up right here on the southern edge of this east bridge. That connects the military island.
Would you consider that a bridge camp? I think so.
Yeah, they're not on the bridge, but they're certainly securing the end of the bridge where most of these teams are going to be transitioning. It's not a bad area to hold, to be honest. I mean, you have a lot more escape routes should you choose to disengage off of one of the fights that ends up coming to you. So, I like the positioning. The positioning is certainly good, and in terms of being split, I think if any team can do it, it's going to be this trigger-happy squad who seems to have a solid holding on how to execute that strategy efficiently, Dave. Let's take a look though at this crate that happened to drop in the military island. See if any of our teams are going to be lucky in what they find. And not bad. Not bad.
3?
I think the M416 is still God, but yeah, you do have the level 3 vest and the syringe and the ghillie suit. So
circles up. So Trigger Happy's compound's actually not in this zone, so they're gonna have to reposition. So it's gonna be interesting to see if they can pull off this 2-2 split moving forward here. As now it looks like Check 6 looking pretty good. Sweaty Nerds looking pretty solid as well, and Fury Gaming. Pretty much the only 3 squads in this zone that have a decent compound in the center here. Still got some squads transitioning from the first zone. So, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of things happening at the same time right now, all at once. But one particular area, yeah, this area right here, it's about to get heated. It's about to get lit. And I'm predicting some water swimmers. Yep, right there, driving right into the water. Everybody, hey, let's. Oh, he's actually parking his vehicle. Why didn't he just drive? Water. Maybe he got stuck. But are we going to have a rerun from game 1? That's the question.
Yeah, I certainly hope not. I think most of these players hope not as well. But only time will tell, Dave. The circle can effectively go anywhere, and who's going to tell the circle what to do? I don't think anyone can. But yeah,
I am going to tell the circle what to do.
Okay, yeah, that's right, circle. Listen up, Mustache Dave on the line, trying to tell you what's up. A lot of shots now coming out as some of these teams have, finally transitioned into the safe zone. Not exactly to the safe positions they thought they were coming to originally. We see Health, the Elf, and the rest of these sweaty nerds trying to rain down some fire on the hooligans who have opted to try to take a boat across the channel. Already seeing one member getting taken down. It's going to be elected, gets knocked out of the boat, and that boat blows up as well. So a tough transition across the channel for hooligans.
I mean, this is that spot. I called it. Sweaty Nerds had a pretty optimal spot if this circle was going to have any of this water in, as this is just a common area to make that transition over onto the military island. So it's definitely paying off right now. But talk about paying off, it's not paying off for these guys. Trigger Happy still with that 2-2 split, actually cover fire going down here. This is set to destroy. No, it's not working out right now. It's a rerun from last game.
Yeah, exactly. They are in this same 2-2 split that we saw in the previous game. Unfortunately, cover fire has been taken down, so Shraded is going to be the only teammate up in this split as grenades are flying in this building. Shraded was able to get the med kit off, so he's at full HP now, trying to look and see if he can get eyes on this team of Set to Destroy that's pushing in on him. Able to get a knock, but unfortunately takes a lot of damage, and a headshot coming out from Allogene will end Shraded's life. So cover fire is now going to be left alone here, bleeding out without the ability to get any sort of help from their teammates. Terran Tragedy and Machine Gunner for Trigger Happy over in this compound, almost destined just to watch this happen and let it unfold the way it's going to.
They're too busy kissing over there.
Hey, the words of Mustache Dave.
Hey, it's getting that time. But maybe cover fire is like, oh, I'm safe, get me up, but they're not gonna get him up. So looking at another squad that's kind of onky right now, kind of uncomfortable looking, is Murderous Plush Toys, as they're like right smack in the middle of potentially 4 different squads here, and yeah, they're getting fired upon. I mean, they have a little tiny bull that I want to say is kind of saving their lives right now. But talking about being uncomfortable, I would be uncomfortable if I was Murderous Plush Toys.
Yeah, certainly. And, you know, a few of the other teams in this area might feel the same way, Dave, as this part of the map right here, the sort of centralized location of the map right here on the coast of the military island is pretty densely packed right now. We still have 3 teams that have opted, or actually 4 teams that have opted to stay on the main part of the map, not transitioning over yet, just maybe sort of waiting to see what happens, possibly playing it a little bit safe, knowing that the first circle really hurt a lot of teams. But
we're gonna find out right now. Circle almost any second now. I'm gonna pop a new one. Let's see if it's gonna pay off or if it's going to hurt. And it is going to hurt, as that northern section is not in the zone, and you only have 1 bridge and a bunch of water. So not looking too good for Rush. Not looking too good for Fadeaway 3. Not looking too good for Slime Squad. They're gonna have a tough transition into the zone, as looking at the current circle, it is just jam-packed like a bunch of sardines already. Yeah. But can I just make one point? One observation. Elusive Gaming, all by themselves in the south. All by themselves in the south.
After having taken the boat to that edge, we see now a fight breaking out as Bardave gets knocked by one of the teammates of the sweaty nerds who are in this compound where Bardave and the rest of the Murderous Plush Toys are pushing in on. We see 100 rounds actually get taken out, as well as Tilde is able to connect these shots from inside the building. Major and L and Mr. Fuzzy HD being the only remaining members currently up for the Murderous Plush Toys, pushing this building aggressively. Major and L is able to get the down onto Tilde, so that's 1 member down for these sweaty nerds, as Mr. Fuzzy HD is now trying to get some shots as well, able to get the down on to Healthy Elf and Aiko for show. So a 2v1 now, after a very rough engagement at the beginning of that battle, able to now get the headshot onto Trevor and finish the fight. Mr. Fuzzy HD with the excellent shots. 100 rounds still up, but bleeding out. It looks like Major NL is now going to throw the smoke out for the cover and get the res. So an incredible engagement right there by the Murderous Plush Toys.
Yeah, honestly, Trevor, I had a lot of eggs in his basket. I thought he was going to be able to pull that one off there, as Major NL was extremely low. But looking at this map, very gaming, smack in the middle, pretty sweet spot, as they are kind of just surrounding that little compound area right now. This is Set to Destroy. They're approaching the zone. They're trying to make their way in. I predict they'll be able to get here quite safely if Slime Squad right behind them doesn't end up taking some pot shots at them in the meantime.
Yeah, so this northern edge of the safe zone is getting very, very crowded, as there's only 1 team that has opted for that southern part, and that's going to be Elusive Gaming. However, we do see the bridge area now erupting with a little bit of combat, as Fury Gaming's Teflon TV is trying to put some shots out onto Team Ready, who has a player on the bridge. That's going to be, I believe, Sixmo on the bridge right now, trying to avoid these shots using that dump truck as some sort of cover, effectively trying to figure out where they're going to go next, as a beautiful death. His remaining teammate is currently behind him on the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid spot. The bridge is a solid spot right now. I mean, it's in the zone. Beautiful death kind of covering that area, and then Sixmo covering the other end. So as long as they don't get wiped out or taken down in this in the process, a beautiful death actually meeting up with Sixmo to provide support here. I'm sorry, getting tongue twisted because there's just so much action going on. A bunch of teams still in the water here. This is going to be interesting. I mean, this is a replay of game 1. I'm just going to call it right now. I'm saying it.
Yeah, that's right. As Lush from Trifecta is able to connect on the Chef Boy JD. It's going to be Micro Fry from the same team actually ending up finishing him off, as we do indeed have a lot of teams in the water currently, Dave. It's going to be A6 and the rest of his teammates of, I believe you have Fadeaway 3 trying to swim now, but we do see Fatal Sights actually coming out onto the coast, doubling money actually coming out on the coast as well, possibly actually seeing these players when they were in the water, going to be coming around trying to see if he can get some sort of advantage on them. Or Fuzzy Potato rather, hiding behind this boat right now, trying to just avoid any sort of shots that might be coming out of the coast, possibly even spotting those members coming out on the coast as well. A beautiful death still on the bridge with 6mo. So our next circle is out, and it is going to push all of these squads out of there. A little bit of water left, Dave, but these teams are going to have to swim in very close, and I expect it to be a bloodbath in this northern edge of the circle, where most of our teams now are, choosing to bunker down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we still got at least 5 squads in the actual water. Fury Gaming, still solid positioning. Elusive Gaming might see some action here in the south, as Set to Destroy is in their general area. But yeah, most of this action most likely going to be coming in the northern end. That's pretty much where all the relation going on right now, as we see shots being taken from Murderous Plush Toys. They're in an engagement right now with Fadeaway 3.
Yeah, Murderous Plush Toys on a very advantageous spot right here on the edge of the circle in the northeastern part of the safe zone. They've got a hill to work with, so they're able to look down on everything happening here on the coast. So, in terms of where they are, I think they have a very prime spot. Probably going to have to rotate out of here, but they are able to get a lot of information, as we see Rift taking out Elusive's Toast right here. Elusive being in a very good position, but they're now finding themselves engaged with the members of Set to Destroy. It's going to be Blank now trying to return some fire as Toast gets revived. Very low HP now. He's got to get some meds off to recover from being down, but yeah, they're in a tough spot.
Rift is being super aggressive. He's pushing right on top of Fizzle. He's running into a 1v2 situation. Is Rift going to be able to pull this one off? Fizzle actually going down. Snorlax going down. Set to Destroy. These guys are on fire right now. They smell blood in the water, and they are just dominating the southern end.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be Elusive's Blanked, being the only remaining member currently up. His other 2 teammates that are alive are knocked currently, so he's going to be throwing out some smokes, trying to provide that cover that he needs, possibly deciding what he's going to do. It's a little risky to try to get up there to revive your teammates. Only 1 teammate remaining, as they are trying to pick them up. It's going to be Set to Destroy, just raining shots down onto Blanked right now. He's able to retreat a little bit back to this tree, but in a very tough spot, as Rift is just aggroing so hard right now. I mean, just throwing shots left and right onto this tree. I'm sure Blanked is very worried right now as to how he's going to rotate out of this, as 14 teams are still alive. So, going out right now, Dave, is a very, very low placement.
Rift actually pulling back to his squad after that. I mean, they won the fight, right? But Snorlax most likely will be able to get back up if they play their cards right here. But looking back at the water, we still have a bunch of people, and we actually just witnessed, look at double money, taking some shots right there, landing most of them. Not able to get the down here. See what he can do with this. This is Lush from Trifecta. He does have the shack as cover, and he did get Fatal Signs down, so I believe this is a 1v1 here. Double actually tossing out the smoke here. Sure, this is the play you want to be doing, as it's pretty open. I feel like Lush is actually gonna make the peak here. Not exactly sure if he saw Double make that play.
Yeah, and Dave, it looks like over here in the water portion of the map, it looks like these teams are hopping up in the boats, trying to get some shots out on these enemies that are opting for this swimming play as well. And I mean, they're just not able to do much. Unfortunately, not a lot of opportunities are presenting themselves, and they are just giving away their position to these other teammates. So they're eventually going to have to push out, and sort of leaving it up to luck as to who is going to live. As the next circle is going to push all these teams in the north here down to the south, as we already see a lot of teams trying to quickly rotate out towards this new safe zone, Dave. And those shots are going to be coming out from Check 6 and able to connect a little bit onto Major, and now gets the knock on him. Mr. Fuzzy HD trying to drive away in the UAS, but runs straight into Terran Tragedy and the rest of Trigger Happy. Also, they're going to be now taking shots at him.
Yeah, I mean, right when the circle popped up, these guys right on it, right on the money. They go right for the zone, trying to get the position before anybody else does. And looking at this, trigger happy machine gunner actually taken down. I mean, this is a 3v1 situation now. Major NL taken down in that trade as well. I believe Terran is just opting for placements right here. But she's going to walk right into set to destroy as they're kind of just overlooking all this. They hear all this action. They're actually in a compound in the zone here. But yeah, being hunted down, I actually like the play going to the southern end of the circle there. It's just going to pretty much allow you to play that insurance policy because that's really all Trigger Happy can do right now.
Yeah, exactly. That was 100 rounds, able to get the shots onto Machine Gunner and take him down. Terran Tragedy opting to just disengage off of that fight as Mr. Fuzzy HD was getting shots on her as she was rotating out. 100 rounds now, opting to take some shots on the Shadow from Check 6, who was driving in to reunite with his teammates. However, they are going to be very close now and are going to be rushed by 100 rounds and the rest of the Murderous Plush Toys, Dave.
Yeah, they're popping off right now. They're about to engage each other. They're so close to one another. And looking at this, Jacking Off is actually defending the flank here just in case Mr. Fuzz does make it. But 100 rounds being extremely aggressive. Uh-oh, they're exchanging gunfire back and forth. Fuzz taken down to 5 HP, knocked out. And that is how it goes. But look at this. Set to destroy. They're looking at the kill cam. They're pushing on this. They got a 4-member strong. They saw that Jacking Off was taken down there. They're being so aggressive right here. Rift actually taking some damage right there. I believe that was a frag, but now it's a 4v1. Shadow, bam. Just like that, taking out these guys. Set to destroy. Pouncing on this opportunity and paying in dividend.
Yeah, Fignaldo of Set to Destroy coming in with a very clutch nade that ended up killing at least 2 members of Check 6 down there, possibly even all 3 of them. That was a very excellent nade right there. So very clean wipe for them, able to secure this eastern edge of the circle. Still have Terran Tragedy of Trigger Happy playing a little bit of a spoiler right here in the southeastern edge. However, shots are now coming out as these 2 teams are engaged in a battle, and Doubling His Money is a little bit separated from Fatal Sights, who's coming around here on the flank, able to spot out Nitrogen right here of Fury, but was not able to put out enough damage before being killed himself. So that is going to be it for him. Nitrogen in a very open spot now, but no enemies have advantage on him currently, so they're in a very good position as well, as now only 4 teams remain. Dave, I mean, a lot of teams just got knocked out in these transition phases. We still have Elusive right here in the south. We have Terran Tragedy of Trigger Happy right here in the southeast, and then we have, I believe, Fury Gaming and Set to Destroy right here. So they are all going to be vying for a position in the safe zone. One compound is in the safe zone itself, but look at how much real estate Set to Destroy is trying to occupy here. They have VTV effectively, raining down on this center part of the circle with Allergene on the eastern edge, trying to watch all points of entry they can to get information as to where these other squads are going to be approaching from.
Yeah, I want to see Fury and I want to see Set to Destroy get into an engagement like right now or anything, because they do have the full squad up. So this will be entertaining. But it actually looks like Terran was spotted out there, getting the 4th place spot for Trigger Happy. So Elusive Gaming, you're all by yourself down there, blanked. Let's see. I mean, there's 2 squads. It's not looking too good. But let's see what Set to Destroy ends up pulling off. Interesting enough, they have a compound, but they're at the lower end of the ground, as Fury Gaming has the high ground, if you call it an advantage. But let's see if they actually use this, as they're going to be cresting over this ledge here. And yeah, receiving some shots in return. Nitrogen making that push here. See what actually happens. See how they pull this one off.
Yeah, these teams now, Set to Destroy and Fury, have spotted each other. They're going to be taking shots right now. We still have Elusive's blanked right here, trying to just bide his time and patiently wait. It's very possible that if he waits long enough, that these 2 squads might take one or the other out and be left with very depleted resources, and essentially securing Blanked and Elusive a 2nd place at the very least, as we see shots coming out from Nitrogen, able to connect onto Rift, one of the more aggressive players on that Set to Destroy team. Fignaldo bleeding out very fast as he has been previously knocked. Rift trying to get to some cover, however. But guys, Fury Gaming is pushing up very aggressively, trying to dominate now this real estate that Set to Destroy pretty much owned so effectively going into the circle. It's going to be a 3v2 situation now, as Allergene is trying to rain out some shots onto Product Envy, connects a little bit, puts enough damage to make Product Envy get behind the tree, but VTV now is going to be spotting out the remaining members of Fury and taking shots as well.
Teflon being taken extremely low. This guy's got 5 HP. He's not in the zone, so he needs to heal up extremely quickly. Yep, he got the med off, so the blue's not going to harm him any much. But VTV and Elijah, yeah, right there, smack in the middle. But I don't think they know Blank is right behind them as well. I mean, they're too tunnel vision on this current fight right now.
Yeah,
But they have to assume someone else is still playing. I mean, just with the numbers, 6 alive. Product Envy being taken down right there. He might be done for. Teflon just throw out some smokes to maybe meet back up with Nitrogen. So I don't know. Blank though, I'm interested. I'm interested.
Yeah, certainly interested in how this will unfold. I mean, they might be getting a little complacent here in terms of set to destroy, kind of tunneling in here and not expecting there to be another team alive. I mean, it certainly, with the amount of players left, it could be a 2-team situation. However, Elusive's Blanked is down there on the southern edge, able to use this engagement that Fury and Set to Destroy are currently locked into as an opportunity to move in and secure a position himself. It looks like it is still a 2v3 scenario as Set to Destroy is trying to hold the eastern and western edges of this circle, trying to gatekeep Fury Gaming from pushing in, but they're going to be spotting out Algene and taking a lot of shots, trying to connect a little bit. It looks like he takes a little bit of damage, but has this good tree to work with. BTV was able to connect though onto Teflon TV, takes him down. Now Product Envy taking a lot of shots as well, gets knocked down to very low HP, hiding behind the tree to try to pop a first aid kit. It is now a 2v2 scenario as Blanked just continues to wait very patiently and let this unfold. He does not have any sort of teammates to help him. He just needs to let it play out the way it is going to.
Yeah,
and VTV now taking a very aggressive stance towards the northern edge of the safe zone, Dave.
Product Envy, no helmet. He's so close. Nitrogen is crawling into the zone. VTV and Product Envy in this heated gunfight right now. But like you said, VTV playing gatekeeper as he is in the zone. Product Envy is making this push. Does he know what tree VTV's on? VTV definitely spotting him out here, taking him down. That is a major play for Product Envy. And Elijah actually being taken down as well. Blanked, my man, making it in the zone. But let's see what he could do. I mean, now it's a 2v1 situation. I'm not sure if he waited too long as, you know, very extremely low here. But like I mentioned, Product Envy, no helmet. Nitrogen does have a helmet. Does he?
He has a helmet. It is ruined though. Its status is red, and he does not have a vest either, Dave. So one thing I want to mention is the fact that that Fury might have won that engagement, but they are very low on resources in terms of armor. Look at that, Blanked with a solid grenade coming out of there. That was a huge nade for Blanked. He needed that. He is now even the score to a 1v1 situation. He is now going to be looking. He knew that there were 2 other players alive, and he just got it down, so he knows it's a 1v1 situation. He knows exactly where Product Envy is now as he's using this tree to sort of bide his time. He will be in the safe zone as well. I do not believe Product Envy is going to be in. He's got to push, and you know, essentially just holding this as long as he can. Nades are coming out, they're going to push him out, and Blank gets thrown out enough so that Fury is able to get the shots onto him, and a huge finish by Fury and Product Envy, able to get the headshot onto Blanked right there, but also a huge finish from Blanked, able to get his team that second place finish, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. He got the second place, so you really can't, you know, you can't let that one slide. He did a great job there. But man, that frag battle at the very end, honestly, I didn't know who was going to win. Both of them taken down pretty low. I want to say 2, maybe 1 bullet away from first place here.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, yeah. It was a 2v1 situation, and Blank was just able to get that solid nade out that got the down onto Nitrogen, leaving just a 1v1 scenario with Product Envy on the other side of the tree. So he essentially evened the odds as much as he could, where he was a solo player alive when there were 3 teams, you know, battling it out. So
yeah, exactly.
A very solid game 3, as we saw, you know, a pretty exciting military circle. None of those players that ended up being in the water were rewarded for their strategy, unfortunately. So that was a rough loss for them. But overall, a very, very great third game of the evening, guys. You know, we're gonna, I believe, get it ready for the 4th game of the evening. Our lobby will be.
No, we are.
No, we are. Yeah,
We are.
that lobby is going to be getting set up right now. Right now, we're going to let our players get in it, throw it to a quick intermission, and get right back into some solid PUBG action on Erangel for the 4th game of the evening on your Auzom Premier League Season 2, Week 5 Red Lobby.